Zachary was my big brother. He was very athletic and strong and funny and always made jokes about me, and I loved him a lot. My brother died from sudden cardiac arrest playing football after school.
We were running sprints in the gym, and we weren't even out in the heat. I was right next to him when he collapsed, and I didn't really know what to do.
There were phone calls and texts going around that Zach had collapsed and he was in the emergency room. I didn't really want to believe it. I didn't understand what was happening. So I rushed to the hospital right away. There were probably over 100 people there waiting to see if Zach would be okay.
You know, Zach was our best friend.
Yeah, we played Xbox at Andrew's house all the time.
I remember they let me go in there right before he passed away, and I just remember seeing him there just helpless and unconscious and just wondering how could this happen to someone so strong and athletic.
When the chaplain came out, I didn't know what to do or say. I just couldn't believe that my best friend had just died.
Nobody expected this because Zach didn't have any heart issues, and in my family history, there was no heart disease. It was totally unexpected.
So what that means to me is this could happen to any one of us.
Maybe it could happen to me.
Maybe it could happen to anyone, on any team, or anyone doing any kind of physical activity.
Yes, there are several causes of sudden cardiac arrest in teens and young adults that are not indicated on physical examination, in symptoms, or even on your EKG. And although there are genetic forms of sudden cardiac death, they may never manifest in your family history. Statistically, in the U.S., there are between 66 and 76 cases in young athletes under the age of 30 who experience sudden cardiac arrest each year. These athletes are the epitome of health. We've already experienced such a tragic loss in our own community locally. There could be others in your community who are at risk. It would help to understand what sudden cardiac arrest is and why it's so dangerous. First of all, it's not a heart attack. A heart attack occurs when an artery becomes blocked and deprives the heart of oxygen. Sudden cardiac arrest, on the other hand, is due to structural heart disease where the heart muscle may be thickened or enlarged, but causes an electrical short circuit to take place, causing chaos. So a heart attack is a plumbing problem, where sudden cardiac arrest is an electrical storm within the heart. In a normal heart, electrical impulses direct the heart muscles to flex in an orchestrated pattern, pumping blood into, through, and out of the heart chambers. But when a heart that has some physiological abnormality or damage is subjected to extreme stress, the electrical signals can become scrambled. It's electrical chaos that prevents the muscles from pumping in a methodical way from chamber to chamber. It all becomes disorganized, making the heart look like a bag of worms. Nevertheless, there is something you can do about it. Sudden cardiac arrest is a serious medical condition that can be addressed by everyone. Parents, students and teammates, coaches and faculty, school administrators, school boards, and even business leaders in the community can help raise awareness. There are things that we all can do to prevent another young person from dying of sudden cardiac arrest.
That's why my mother, Karen, started the nonprofit organization called Living for Zachary. There are many adult and student volunteers that are working for Living for Zachary to help build awareness of sudden cardiac arrest.
Plus, spread the word of how to prevent it.
And educate people about what to do to increase the chances for a victim's survival.
First of all, remember, this can happen to anyone, not just athletes. It could be somebody up in the stands getting overly excited about the game who puts too much stress on their heart and falls out. We have to be prepared for anything that happens at any time.
That's what bothered me the most, was that I didn't know what I could do in the situation.
The simplest thing can make a big difference. For example, the first thing you should do is get someone to call 911. Next, learn CPR. Even the hands-only method can continue to supply oxygen to the brain while you wait for help to arrive. Next, take a refresher course every year to keep your skills up. Now, another crucial point. The only way to stop sudden cardiac arrest is by using an automated external defibrillator, or AED, which resets the electrical activity in the heart and gets the muscles pumping in the right pattern again.
Plug in pad's connector next to flashing light. Analyzing heart rhythm. Shock advised. Shock delivered.
Time is critical. If an AED can be applied and used within the first 4 minutes of sudden cardiac arrest, the chance of survival is much higher. That means that every school and business should have an AED that is easily accessible, readily available, and known to everyone. Portable AEDs as well should be at every football or basketball game or competition, practice facility, or training session where stress is high. High stress puts athletes at risk of sudden cardiac arrest. Everyone should be trained on the use of the AED just like we train for fire drills.
But Living for Zachary is not just about how to respond to sudden cardiac arrest.
More importantly, it's about what we can do to prevent it from happening in the first place.
Like exercising and eating healthy foods, right?
Yes, maintaining a healthy lifestyle is key, but many people take over-the-counter energy pills or power drinks thinking they are doing something good for their bodies. That extra charge may prevent your body from telling you when it's time to stop. And that could be the critical difference for someone with a structural heart problem.
But the other key to prevention is getting tested. Living for Zachary's main goal is encouraging all students to get tested.
Yeah, there's a test to tell you if your heart has any problems, and then you'll know for sure.
This test is called an echocardiogram, and it allows a heart specialist to actually see the structural characteristics of your heart. If you have a potentially dangerous structural abnormality of your heart, you'll know it. Then you can receive treatment and make the appropriate lifestyle adjustments to reduce your physical stress.
Of course, my mom wanted me to get the test done right away.
We were all close to Zachary. It was like a wake-up call to our family. I wanted to know. I wanted to protect Andrew. I'm also on the board of Living for Zachary, and we wanted to find a way to make this test available to all teens and young adults because typically it's a very expensive test and most insurance companies won't cover it on a proactive basis.
Insurance typically covers routine stress testing and electrocardiograms. These tests alone will not reveal the structural causes of sudden cardiac arrest. Echocardiograms are a necessary screening for sudden cardiac arrest. They are usually covered only when your physician reports hearing a murmur on examination. The problem is that most forms of structural heart disease are not associated with a heart murmur.
When Living for Zachary approached the Heart Hospital Baylor Plano, we found our solution. They were willing to put together a screening program for young people ages 13 to 22 at a very low cost.
So we went to the Heart Hospital and they hooked me up to get an electrocardiogram, and then they gave me the echocardiogram. It was really comfortable. It wasn't anything weird or awkward. I kind of just laid on the table while they moved something across my chest and they looked at my heart. It only took about 30 minutes and I was out of there.
This is such a wonderful opportunity. The Heart Hospital is charging only $100 to do this complete athlete cardiac screening. It's also known as the Living for Zachary screening, and you don't even have to be an athlete to be tested. We hope that every parent will take their active teen to be screened, and we hope that every school will encourage their students to be screened at the Heart Hospital before participating in any physical activity, like sports or band or even drill team.
I hope you'll get this screening soon.
Just find out, because we never know when you're going to push it too far.
This is a really great opportunity for you to get the important screening for yourself.
And for someone you love.
And be prepared, just in case someone around you goes under sudden cardiac arrest. Know CPR and have an AED close by.
There are many in your community who may likely become victims of sudden cardiac arrest. Please join the efforts of Living for Zachary. You can help prevent another tragic loss.
Hello, I'm Troy Schrah. We are Zach's parents. We want to thank you for your time and support.
And I'm Karen Schrah. We're here to encourage all of you to please take action, have your child screened to prevent this from happening to your family. Thank you.